Ha! In today's Top Shot, a lion sneaks into an orchard to find some breakfast, but it didn't count on the little boy who was picking apples at that exact same time. And the dog, well, let's just say he was not having it. Our next clip is out of China's Hunan province, where this guy decided to take his pet pig for a stroll down a busy city street. Now, I don't know about you, but this is one of my biggest fears in life. Being chased down the street by a large animal that oinks really loudly. This one actually took a turn for the worse when the pig started getting into fights with other animals. Watch as it lunges at this dog. It looks like the owner has called this thing off, but then it goes after this chicken. And no, that's not CGI. That's a real live chicken flying through the air like it's a frickin' cartoon. What a crazy scene. We all know how much cats love to eat, which is why they spend most of their days just eating and napping. But have you ever seen a cat go absolutely nuts over food? Well, here you are. Cats. This orange tabby is going ham on these dry cat biscuits. Not the best quality food, but hey, if you've been hungry all day, I'm sure you would be pretty stoked to get your paws on some dry biscuits too. Sometimes our feline friends can be a little too good at finding food, because this next family found their cat. Burglar had gotten into some of the finest wines they had stored away. These bottles were $200 apiece. And apparently the cat thought they looked like a tasty treat. I guess it got a little drunk off of its own body weight because the cat then proceeds to fall asleep right in front of the open door. Talk about a wild entry and exit strategy. This next clip comes from South Africa, where a massive python decided to slither its way up a tree. But once it got up there, it wasn't able to come back down again. This guy looks like he is contemplating his life choices and wondering why he did stay on the ground. But luckily for him, a man comes along who's willing to help the snake out. It looks like he tried to grab it by the tail, which is never a good idea. But then he switched his strategy and was able to grab it by the middle of the body and get it down. Once on the ground, the snake made a quick escape. Sometimes nature doesn't always work out the way we want it to. Take this guy who was hanging out with his friends when he decided to take a ride on this moving walkway. He thought it'd be funny to bring his pet parrot along for the adventure. But as they reached the top, the bird pooped on him. Talk about bad luck. But, hey, maybe if he'd brought a bigger cage, the bird would have felt more comfortable and not needed to relieve itself. But sometimes things happen so fast you wouldn't even believe it if you saw it with your own eyes. This next incident, for example. A group of people were enjoying a nice meal when suddenly a seagull swoops in and tries to steal their food. The group tries to shoo it away, but it keeps coming back for more. Then all of a sudden, another bird flies in and steals the first bird's lunch. Things like this happen all the time in nature, and it's almost always some small, quick animal stealing food from a larger animal. Sometimes the tables just turn. Boom. And finally, we have a bonus clip of someone who decided to wake up early to go fishing. You believe what shows up to this fisherman's private dock in the middle of the night? Closely, you can see it's a bear looking for a midnight snack. And the fisherman wasn't about to let this guy ruin his morning, so he grabbed his shotgun and scared the bear away. That's one way to start off your day.